Beautiful. Krishna. So welcome, Abhachandrivalis has joined us. I was just quoting one verse that we left on. Did we read last week? We did read last week, isn't it?
No.
Festival, something happening.
Festival. Yeah, last week was festival.
Yeah, all right. So we left on, I've got a bookmark here. This beautiful verse, the Sanskrit's beautiful. I'll just read the first line again. Mathura mitam mangalam mangalanam. Best of the Brighu dynasty. The holy name of Krishna is the sweetest of the sweet, the most auspicious of the auspicious. This transcendental fruit of all the Vedas is purely spiritual. Whoever chants it but once, whether with faith or without contempt, is liberated. Hare Krishna. Quick chant Hare Krishna. All right. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vastaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Kauravani Puchaline Nivasisha Sunyavadi Pashtatarastatine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ulam Ram Ram Hare. Okay, we have Bhagavatamrta fans with us today. Core reading team for Brhat Bhagavatamrta. Nitai Mata was just coming in, and she went out again. All right. So let's begin from text 185, and the subject's changing slightly now. Now that we've been hearing the glories of the holy name, Gopal Kumar is going to get some instructions here. So let's pick it up from 185. And we're just reading the translation here.
And the commentary, yeah.
And the commentary, yeah.
Should I read first?
Hare Krishna.
Go ahead. Hare Krishna. Welcome to Brhat Bhagavatamrta.
Okay, text 185.
185, yes.
Therefore, honoring the food of Lord Shiva, you should leave this place at once. Go to divine Mathura, the place most dear to Krishna. O Mathura, we bow down to you. Commentary. Lord Shiva had already advised Gopal Kumar to leave Mahakalpura and go to Mathura on the earth. Now the Vaikuntha messengers encouraged him to do this at once. The very reason they came down from Vaikuntha was to make Gopal Kumar return to Boma Vrindavan.
Mute yourself, please, Grandma.
Grandma. In case Gopal Kumar, having traveled so far to reach the abode of liberation, questions why he should go back to where he started from, the Vaikuntha Dutas assure him that Sri Mathura, Krishna's favorite place, will shower him with the fulfillment of all his ambitions without delay.
All right, so just to highlight that, his epic journey, now he's been sent to where it all started, Bhoma Vrindavan, yeah? Back to Boma Vrindavan. So why has he been sent back there? This is very interesting part of Brhat Bhagavatamrta. Yeah, he's been to the higher realms, he's been to the places, the place of Tapaloka, the places of Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, everywhere he's been. But now he's been sent to planet Earth, but Boma. Boma means earthly Vrindavan. It's where Krishna manifested his pastimes and then became unmanifest. All right? Sorry?
Is it because, we've heard that your last life you spent time in Krishna's pastime being trained up? Is that the reason why he's sent down to Boma Vrindavan?
Yeah, that's in Boma Vrindavan. That's where Krishna, that's where you get the Nityasiddha devotees, and you get those who have achieved high perfection through sadhana. Then they associate with the Nityasiddhas to get further trained in the mellows, in the rasas of love and affection for Radha and Krishna. Trained or to be, in their association. They make further advancement That's Boma.
Okay. And
So
another reason I was,
if we reach perfection in this life, our next stop will be, again, if someone reaches perfection in this life, then they will take birth in another womb, but that womb will be a gopi in Boma Vrindavan, where Krishna is performing his pastimes somewhere in the material worlds. Yeah, sorry, I cut you off.
no, that's another question I was asking was, is it because you cannot go back home from these other places?
Oh, is that why you're saying
No, I'm
he's
asking you.
to Boma?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, you can. With the association of exalted Vaishnavas, anywhere in the material, anywhere in the universe, one may be elevated to Vrindavan. It's not necessarily everyone has to go to Vrindavan from the earthly bomb. And let me get this right. Yeah. Yeah. In other words, someone can be in the higher planets, but if they develop, then they will take birth in Boma Vrindavan. And let's get this right. Yeah. They would take birth in Boma Vrindavan to further be elevated in prema. Yeah. Because there's different levels of prema. So did that make sense? Did I answer the question? Your question was, does everyone have to go to Boma Vrindavan before they go to Vrindavan actually? Was that the question?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so the answer to that is yes. Sorry, a bit complicated. I made it more complicated than what it is.
Because I asked the first question and then I was going to ask the second bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, it makes sense now.
Did we cover the second bit?
Yeah, that you have to come back to Boma Vrindavan before you go back up.
Yeah, it seems like it. You have to get the association of the Nityasiddha who are manifesting, or they're coming with Krishna to perform pastimes somewhere in the material world. So then through their association, one is elevated to the different stages of prema. And okay.
Yeah. Just a bit confused. Like, say if you was on Lord Shiva's planet, would you be able to go back home from there? Or would you have to come down to in the pastimes?
I don't know, perhaps someone else could help us, but as far as I can philosophically speculate, I can't exactly quote an exact verse, but as far as I've read and understood, it's only by associating with the Lord's eternally liberated associates, and that's available in Boma.
Right, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it'd be good to check that. I haven't, but
it's just a bit, I was just getting a bit confused because we've heard that pandemic are waiting to take births here on this earth to go back. So then I was a bit confused why he was told to go back, and then but he's also to be trained by.
Well, we're going to hear that. Yeah, we're going to hear that now.
Okay.
Well, Boma Vrindavan. Yeah.
I'm confusing you.
Yeah. Well, no. Let's see how it unfolds, because I think Boma Vrindavan, this is, as far as I can understand, it's not when Krishna's performing his pastimes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol Prabhu. Prabhu, so what will happen to the devotees in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela? Well, so is it necessary that again what will happen to them, Prabhu?
Well, some of them are, as you know, some of them are Nityasiddha, and they're manifesting with Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu to assist him in his pastimes. Yeah, some of them are Sadhana Siddha. So it's the same. One gets elevated. So don't forget, but they get elevated to Boma Vrindavan when Krishna is performing his pastimes there.
Oh, okay.
When his pastimes are manifest. Yeah.
Yeah, but that is not a birth. That's they appear. It's not because they are pure at that stage, isn't it, Prabhu? It's not a birth. It's a appear. Is that right, Prabhu?
Perhaps I'm a bit hesitant. I'm not quite clear on what the correct answer is, but I think no, they take birth. Boma,
Okay.
that's what it means in the earthly Vrindavan. One doesn't appear because there's one takes birth there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I might stand corrected on that, but let's leave it like that.
Okay.
Many
Yeah.
learned scholars of Krishna's pastime Leela.
Sorry, Prabhu, if I understand correctly, it means
Please.
Chaitanya devotees or Rama devotees, they don't go to Bhoma Vrindavan.
Yeah. That's what I don't know. I'm also
You're
confused.
saying, well, they go to where Krishna's performing his pastimes. Yep. Krishna's eternal associates. You know, see, Lord Chaitanya's giving, he's giving the path, he's giving Nam Sankirtan, and he's given a process as instructed to Rupa and Sanatan, the process of practice by which one can elevate oneself to the beginning stages of prema, which is bhava. So then by chanting the holy name and receiving the mercy, hopefully of Gaura and of Vaishnavas, one is elevated to where Krishna is performing his pastimes in his manifest pastimes, manifest pastimes in Bhoma. And then, again, back to that point of associating with the eternally liberated souls, then they return to Vrindavan proper, so to speak, or Goloka Vrindavan. So no one's a loser. It's not if you go to Bhoma Vrindavan, you're missing out because you're getting the association of Krishna and his eternal associates, and you're taking part in his pastimes. Because Bhoma's a place where Krishna's killing demons and things like that, you know? Bhoma's a place where there's the childhood pastimes of Krishna. But Vrindavan, per se, Vrindavan, to which Krishna comes to perform Bhoma, that original place, then there's no demons there. Or if they are, there's just a rumor of such demons to enhance the pastimes.
But what if somebody meditates in Rama and Rama Lilas, not in Krishna, and if somebody has...
Oh, all right. So so then if someone, even if they're part of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement, but if they're so intent upon their meditation upon Lord Ram, there's examples of that. Murari Gupta is one. Then according to the Lord of their heart, according to where the devotions reside, then they will go to the place of Lord Ram. If they're intent upon that, they will go to the place of Lord Ram. And also those who are devotees of Gaura and predominantly immersed in Gaura in the form of Gauranga Mahaprabhu and his pastimes, then they will go to Svetadweep, where Lord Chaitanya exists eternally as a householder, engaging in Sankirtan. And they will perceive and realize the leelas of Krishna through Nam Sankirtan with Gauranga Mahaprabhu. But those who have developed a predominant affection for Radha Krishna Leela, or attachment to Radharani or the gopis like that, then they will go to be with Krishna and not Gauranga. And then there's those who are equally devoted to Gauranga and Krishna. So amazingly, they go back to both places. They're one form. I can't answer exactly how that works scientifically from our scientific brain, but they have two forms. They take part in Gaura's Leela and they take part in Krishna's Leela.
Thank you, Prabhu. And what does it mean? Does it mean that any level is higher, attachment to Krishna, for example, is higher than to Gauranga, or higher
No,
than whatever?
you kind of see it like, no, they're all equally glorious, but there's just different, a different mood or
Flavor.
different flavor.
Different flavor.
Yeah. Even if it's quite mystical, but even if it's not as if they got something less when they're with Gauranga Mahaprabhu, because he's the combined form of Radha and Krishna, and one is absorbed in the loving sentiments of Vrindavan, but through the agency of Nam Sankirtan, everything is revealed through Sankirtan, and they relish the moods of separation from Krishna and therefore meeting Krishna. So, yeah, I haven't heard that one is higher than the other in that specific case of Svetadweep or Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. So it means that if somebody is attached to Rama, it doesn't, next life, he doesn't have to be born again, but to develop attachment to Krishna or to Gauranga?
Can't
Prabhu,
hear,
if you're speaking, you're muted.
can't hear you.
Sorry, I just wanted to ask, does it mean that if somebody developed
No,
attachment?
we heard you, but Prabhu is muted.
Oh,
so we
sorry,
can't hear
okay.
him.
Yeah, he's can't hear him.
I think he's disconnected. We have to wait.
Muted.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I'm not sure where in the conversation I was silenced by the internet. Perhaps the Lord had enough.
We haven't heard anything in
Okay.
response.
You
to
didn't
it.
hear anything, Prabhu. You never
Really?
said anything. Yeah.
I can hear at all.
Nothing.
Really?
Jambavati's question. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was chatting away for a few minutes.
No.
1 second. So just say your question again, Mother Jamavati.
Sorry, Prabhu. I just wanted to make sure that to ask that if somebody develops attachment to Rama, he doesn't have to
See.
get birth again to develop attachment to Krishna or to Gauranga or other way around or something. How it works.
I see. So we're using that same logic. What's the situation if one is devoted to Lord Ram? Do they go straight back to Ayodhya? Or is there a place where they're getting prepared for that? My official reply to that is I don't know. Perhaps you could do a little investigation to find that out. But it's definitely the case for returning, as far as I've read, for returning back to the eternal abode of Krishna. Then one takes birth where he's performing his pastimes. But as far as if one is devoted to Ram, whether they go straight back to Ayodhya, because the mood is different there. The mood is different. The mood is, I'm just offering some philosophical speculation here. The mood is in awe and reverence. So the relationship is not as intimately as it is with the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So to actually be in their personal association or with their personal associates, then the moods of rasa is more detailed and there's more preparation that's needed. Now, this is a philosophical speculation because I cannot think of any specific scripture which says this, but as far as my studies are understood, but from going to Ram, then the mood is awe and reverence. So one is appreciating Ram as a great king, as the great ruler. So therefore, one may go straight back to Ayodhya. And I think that's the case. That's what I've seen. I haven't heard anything that, actually, I haven't read anything or heard anything that before you go back to Ayodhya to be with Ram, I might be wrong, but you have to take birth where he's performing his pastimes somewhere. Good question. I cannot.
Prabhu, can I ask
Yeah.
you for another question? So, Prabhu,
Hope I can answer this one.
If the devotee, I'm just continuing the same question. As Mother said, if he goes to join the pastimes of Lord Ram, so that is the perfection. So
That's perfection, yeah. That's
yeah,
perfection
okay.
for them.
Yeah, so it's going back home, back to Godhead. We can say that way, isn't it, Prabhu?
Yeah, as we know, the Lord has different incarnations, and all the different incarnations have different places where they're enacting eternal Leela in that form. So as we know, yeah, so one that's going back to Godhead is going back to Ayodhya, or
Good.
going back to Vaikuntha for the Sri Vaishnavas.
Yeah,
That's
it's only the rasa is
Godhead.
different. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the mood of worship is different. Of course, we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas, so we got information more about obtaining Vrindavan.
Srimati Radharani.
Yeah, so, and there's a development of that as well. First, you have to develop attachment and follow the associates of Radharani or Krishna, like that. So I know more details about that, but as far as the details of elevation to Ayodhya, anyway, they go back.
I
to
was thinking of, Mahaprabhu and Murari Gupta. How
Yeah.
Mahaprabhu tells him to, you should chant Krishna's name and develop love for Krishna. And he's really upset because he can't give up Lord Ram. And he comes back the next day. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so happy that he's still Ram Bhakta. He says, I can't do it. So now it doesn't matter. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, rather than Krishna, is telling him, okay, you develop love for Ram, go back.
Yeah,
so
he was.
We shouldn't worry for those who are Ram Bhaktas. They will go back home to Lord Ram with Supreme Personality of Godhead. Different movement.
Yeah, even in the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya. So predominantly, we're focused towards Yugala Kishore, Radha Krishna. But there may be some devotees of Lord Ram or Lord Nrsingadev within the Sankirtan movement. And if there's intent, then the holy name they chant, because the holy name is like a wish-fulfilling desire tree. So if you're chanting the holy name, but you're desiring perfection with Ram or Nrsingadev, then that holy name will give you that. But if you're chanting the holy name intent upon obtaining association of Radha, then you'll obtain that. Yeah. Yeah, here's a good, nice example of that. Murari Gupta, he was given that instruction, and he was trying to follow Gauranga's instruction, but his heart was completely taken already by Lord Ram, and he couldn't forget him. So he was fearful of overstepping Gauranga's instructions, and he was thinking of committing suicide. That's why he went to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I'm going to commit suicide. I cannot follow your instruction. I cannot give up Lord Ram. And Lord Chaitanya glorified him for this ekantaka bhakti, which is needed to obtain one's worshipable deity, complete focus on one's worshipable Lord. So that's an example that he took from that, and that's what was pleasing to Gauranga. Yes, this is the example. So if you want to obtain Radha Krishna, you have to be as absorbed as Murari Gupta is in Lord Ram. Ekantaki bhakti, or ekantaka, I think I pronounced that wrong, but one-pointed focus. Yeah, that you will not give that. You will not give it up. You cannot give it up.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I don't know, hope we offered some type of answer. And we didn't do bad there. That was nearly half the reading up. We just got through one purple.
Oh, yes. sorry.
But this is good. This is what Brhat Bhagavatamrta is about. It's about the different realms. It's about the different perfections that different devotees reach. And so here we're hearing about Gopal Kumar. So back to the story now. Now he's going back to Burma. So let's see what he has to learn in Burma. Right, so who was reading? Someone took up the reading. Mother Chandravali, wasn't it? You can continue.
Yeah, okay. So this one is 186.
6, yeah.
Sri Gopal Kumar said, upon drinking this invigorating tonic for the ears and heart, I was filled with delight. I bowed down to the messengers from Vaikuntha and to Lord Shiva and his wife, and by their grace I was swept at once to this Rajbhumi. Oh, how my mind was stunned. Commentary. A moment before, Gopal Kumar had been offering prostrate obeisances, and now when he looked up, he suddenly found himself in Rajbhumi. This left him bewildered.
Yeah, that ends the 3rd chapter of part 2 of Sri Sanatana Goswami's Brhat Bhagavatamrta entitled Bhajan and Worship. Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? If we was to pay obeisances in a temple and we get up and we're in Raj and we're in Rajbhumi. We're in London paying obeisances. Namo Vishnu Buddhaya Krishna. We get up and we're in a forest in Vrindavan where Krishna's pastimes.
So good.
All right. So, chapter 4, Vaikuntha, the spiritual kingdom. Okay, this is intriguing. Let's quickly read on. Okay, you can continue.
Text 1. I wandered alone, observing on the earth a splendor I had never seen anywhere. Taking up residence in a forest, as if in a daze, I forgot everything from before. Commentary. This 4th chapter describes the transcendental reality of Vaikuntha and the appearance and qualities of its inhabitants. The chapter glorifies the deity form of the Supreme Lord and extols the position of Ayodhya above Vaikuntha and of Dwarka above Ayodhya. The first part of the chapter shows that Sri Rajbhumi in Mathura district is superior to every other place in the material universe and even to the abode of liberation. When Gopal Kumar returned to the earth, he could see with his own eyes the special beauty of Vrindavan forest and the rest of Rajbhumi. Nowhere else inside or outside this universe had he seen such splendor. Taking up residence again in the various forests of Raj, Gopal Kumar was so enchanted that he forgot everything the association of Lord Narayan had told him about how to attain the spiritual kingdom of Vaikuntha. The very name of this district, Mathura, implies that he charms and agitates, literally churns Mathanati, the mind of everyone who goes there.
All right, so he's become charmed by the pastoral wonder and beauty of Raj, even more than Vaikuntha. Yeah. And there's a certain pervasive mood which which is affecting him as well, because it's saturated with Radha and Krishna's pastimes. So he's become overwhelmed with that. Yeah. Can continue. Anyone else like to read? You can raise your hand and I can see that there and then call upon you, but you can continue for now.
In the course of my playful wandering, I came to Mathura, Sri Madhupuri. There I heard the Bhagavatam and other scriptures from the local Brahmanas. Commentary. By the grace of Lord of Mathura, Gopal Kumar obtained everything he desired. Following the regular parikram path, he eventually arrived in Mathura city. Then the devoted and learned Brahmanas of Mathura taught him the essence of revealed scriptures, primarily as given in Srimad Bhagavatam and a few other texts that faithfully follow the Bhagavatam on the science of Bhagavad Bhakti.
Right, so just confirming, this is Balma Vrindavan when Krishna's pastimes are unmanifest as far as I can see here, right?
Text 3. After rightly understanding the meaning of devotional service in its 9 forms, I came to this forest. And as soon as I arrived, I met my divine spiritual master. Commentary. By hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the qualified Mathura Brahmana, at last Gopal Kumar systematically learned the science of devotional service. He learned what is favorable and unfavorable to bhakti, or in other words, what a devotee should accept and what he should reject. This knowledge of Bhagavad Dharma enabled him to properly value the association of Shiva Vrindavan Dham and of that special resident of Vrindavan, his spiritual master.
Right, so there's a point, it's an important point here to bring out. I know Govinda Maharaj often brings this point out. So he's gone through all the different higher realms, but for him to actually make advancement in his original, to actually make advancement for attraction to Radha and Krishna, he has to hear Bhagavatam. So he has to come back from Vaikuntha, back from all the Shiva Loka, and he has to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from the devotees. So that's how important Bhagavatam is. Yeah. So remember, he's somewhat innocent. He's somewhat ignorantly innocent, isn't it? He's not so learned in the ways of bhakti, in the ways and waves, you could say, of bhakti. But in order for him to go back to be with Krishna, he needs to hear Bhagavatam. So that's how important Bhagavatam is. Yeah, and he's learning now. Now he's being educated in the science of bhakti through the Bhagavatam. Yeah. And through that he will enter Vrindavan. All right.
Here it's saying he meets his spiritual master. So this is where he meets his spiritual master again. Remember when?
Yeah, it seems like it. I'm sure the next 3 verses is going to describe that. So he doesn't have constant association with his guru. Only a couple of times he meets his guru. So he's meeting him again. And as is revealed later, I kind of given it away a bit, his guru is actually Krishna, who's coming to actually act as his guru, to actually guide him. Yeah, that is revealed later.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Does anybody want to read?
I got a question now.
Here.
You're breaking up a bit, but
Oh, okay. Is it better now?
that's much better.
Haribol? Okay.
Haribol.
Prabhu, about so all the devotees in somewhere we would have practiced devotional service in our previous lives, and so we would have had the spiritual. That means the same spiritual master is continuing. That is what Srila Prabhupada says, isn't it, Prabhu? So it's the same spiritual master you get, because someone gets one spiritual master, another one says, no, I'm attracted here. It is that is that right, Prabhu? Because when he has not, you said he has in this Bhagavatamrta, he hasn't met. Even we have been also not connected with spiritual master. Like when I was born, I don't know anything. So maybe previous lives I was. This
is where we have to invoke. It said one of the two most esoteric subjects, which are often difficult to understand, the tattva. One is Shiva tattva and one is Guru tattva. And it's this specific principle, Guru tattva. That the Guru is eternally, and that's how we pray in the morning as well. Guru. As that the Guru is our eternal guide. Also, the principle of Guru is also there, And here we're hearing, so the principle of Guru Tattva is there, that in previous lives, then the Guru may manifest in a different way to actually give you instruction. It's very quite deep. Even Prabhupada said to make it, he mentioned that if his disciples don't go back to Godhead, then he has to come back in order to take back to Godhead. So so generally the principle of Guru is one, and this principle will manifest in the particular lifetime, will manifest in different ways. But I have to say, I cannot give a complete answer on that. Because say if, like, for instance, say if Jayapataka Maharaj, when he leaves the world, he goes back to be with the Lord, then if you don't make it, it means he's going to come back again to elevate you. And that's where it gets a little bit achincha, the principle, without deeper study of it, actually. Yeah, but the principle is that we accept the Guru as our eternal guide, and we worship the Guru in a particular form here as a servant and a formal
Prabhu,
way. Let me just
Prabhu,
finish this, Grant. Let me just finish this, Grant.
I didn't hear that, Prabhu. Sorry. Say it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we serve the Guru here in his specific sadhak form, like he may be a sannyasi. All right, so you're serving him, you're serving his words, you're serving his mission. Then when you go back to Vrindavan and your spiritual master's there, it may be that your Guru doesn't have the same form as a sannyasi. He may have a form of a manjari and he's teaching you, and she is teaching you the moods and the ways to serve Radha and Krishna, or the moods and the ways to string garlands, and the moods and the ways to do different devotional arts. But it won't be like he'll be with his, sannyasi.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, this is what I heard before. I just want to confirm this correctly. Prabhu.
I'm going to take a note of some questions if I get a chance to ask my Guru Maharaj. One is that about going back to Ayodhya, does one stop off to be trained as one does go back to Krishna? And another one is just about the Guru, eternal principle.
Okay, so can I ask something as well? So say you have a guru, your Guru and lots of disciples, and then the Guru's mood is going one way. Well, if all the disciples are not feeling the same mood, then what happens to those disciples? Do they still going?
All right. So if one Guru is, if the Guru is has an affinity and is for Madhurya Ras, say, and then, sorry, I mean, and
and then
well, generally, what will happen is that the mood that the Guru is in, by hearing from him, you will develop that same mood and attraction. All right. So if the Guru's rasa is Madhurya, then by hearing from him, you'll develop in that same way. It's a prince, But if a disciple becomes attracted to Sakya ras, then the Guru would direct you to someone who is in that rasa to make further where you can develop that. That's how it's described by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And so then the Guru will direct you accordingly. This is like the higher levels of devotional attainment when you're contemplating rasa or relationship with Krishna, and you're feeling the specific attraction. Even if your Guru is in a Madhurya ras, if your attraction is a Sakya ras, then he will direct you to hear from someone in that rasa. Yeah. Is that answered?
Yes, I was just thinking about if the Guru's coming back to take their disciples back. I was thinking, well, that means that if somebody's not in that mood that the Guru is, then he has to keep coming backwards till that.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why. So I mean, Prabhupada said that. It'd be good to inquire more about that. Does that literally mean that?
No.
It could mean many things. It could mean that the guru is there situated with Krishna, but the expansions of the guru
Yeah.
come.
Yeah. Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
the different manifestations of guru may actually, like here, we're seeing Krishna's manifesting as the guru to Gopal Kumar.
Yeah.
You could say that. It's interesting discussion. Because I mean, I can't see, I can't imagine Prabhupada actually leaving, having to stay around in the material world until all of his disciples are elevated back to Loka Vrindavan.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's-
Even Sri Vrindavan Prabhu also confirmed the same. We had the same discussion in another class some time back. There's one disciple of he is living in Vrindavan now. He's from
Okay.
States. Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj disciple, Sri Vrindavan Prabhu. He
I know,
also, he also, we had the discussion, even we quoted Srila Prabhupada said that he has to come back. Oh, this is how it is. Then he said, no, it doesn't mean that. Just like how you explained, it's just like same sannyasi coming like that. No, it's not, doesn't work like that way. But it is his duty to make sure the disciple is out of this world. So he will make all arrangements.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you for coming. Yeah, sometimes Prabhupada will say such things in order to inspire devotees not to hang around in the material world, because that's quite a thing to hear, isn't it?
Yeah,
the guru's got to stay here in the material world. If you're being a nonsense, then the guru's got to stay around. So that might inspire you, you know?
Yeah.
So we can see by deeper study of Shastra and scripture, we can perhaps have a better understanding of what Prabhupada says and the mood behind it. So it may not be literal. There may be a deeper meaning to that.
So I was just thinking, so say in case of Prabhupada, right? He doesn't have to come back, but he can send his
Yeah, he can make arrangement.
That's what I mean.
He
can make arrangement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make arrangement. Well, he may appear before, like there's that story of Sudama, Prabhupada disciple who fell away from devotional service. He was a sannyasi. But at the end of his life, as he was leaving, and he fell away quite dramatically. I won't go into the sordid details. But he, but the end of his life, apparently Prabhupada appeared to him. He said, Prabhupada, you have come. So this is all going on the internal energy of the Lord. All these things are possible. Yeah, the Guru can manifest, even if he's in Goloka, he can manifest by the internal potency. Krishna can, the Guru can be manifest before the disciple as he's leaving the world. But he's simultaneously in the spiritual realm serving Radha and Krishna.
And I was thinking, Srila Prabhupada said, I will take you from the back door. So that means that devotee would have gone from the back door, isn't it, Prabhupada? Because Srila Prabhupada appeared.
Yeah, that's another interesting statement from Prabhupada.
Yeah.
Because if one is serving Prabhupada, Prabhupada's such an elevated, affected soul that there's some discontent, how do you put it? There's some special what's the word? There's some special
dispensation.
Yeah, can you say that, Bhavavanga?
Dispensation.
Yeah, dispensation. You get some dispensation. But we should not sit back and not try to develop a raga and attraction and love for Krishna and Bhava, thinking, oh, it's all right. I'm going to go through the back door. I can take it easy. No, that statement's not supposed to inspire that type of mood.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
Yeah. Very interesting subject.
Then your Shiksha Guru can come and like enlighten you that way.
Yeah, it may be that your Shiksha Guru is your prominent guide. And that's wrong. That happens. You may have a Diksha Guru, and then someone else over the years may become your prominent source of inspiration and guide, and he may be the one who guides you. But that will all be done under the blessings of the Diksha Guru.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking more that with that book we read, Raghunath Das Goswami, his Diksha Guru was Yadunandan, but he was his Shiksha Guru was Rupa Goswami.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking, like, their mood back home is different mood. So I
So
was connecting to that.
Yeah. Anything else on this subject? Quite an interesting subject. Guru Tattva, the higher realms of Guru Tattva and how it all works, how it all happens. But the main thing is that Krishna makes arrangement. We should have faith that Krishna is going to make arrangement if we're sincere that we can obtain perfection. Yeah. Through the agency of the Guru, the principle of Guru.
Yes, I was thinking Srila Prabhupada simply said just how the train goes in two lines. Guru and Krishna has to work together to take you back home.
Yeah, as we sing in the mornings, isn't it? By the grace of the Yasha Prasada, is that the verse? By the grace of Krishna, is that the right verse? One gets Guru, and then by the grace of Guru, one develops a love for Krishna. Yeah.
And that's a quote of someone's letter, like Srila Prabhupada's quotes, it comes, no? In the, like normally in even Guru Disciple course also they ask this question.
Which question exactly?
This is we have to answer this way. It's just like the two lines, parallel lines in the train line. It has to go parallel.
Yeah. I mean, that example is normally given, the parallel lines is normally given in regards to Pancharatrika Vidhi and Bhagavat Vidhi. But we cannot, the
But
Guru.
It doesn't mean Guru is Krishna. No.
No.
It doesn't mean Guru is Krishna. And but Krishna can be Guru, yes. That is possible, but not this way. Right?
Yeah, this is what we're hearing here. That's why this is interesting as it unfolds later.
Yeah.
Yeah, Krishna appears as his Guru, Gopal Kumar.
Yeah.
All right.
This was good, huh?
I know. Oh, I love
little bits and pieces, this like forms a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. These important questions and very interesting. Yeah. Anything else? So we read a little bit more. I'm happy to answer more questions. I'll try to answer more.
Isn't it ultimately Krishna playing with himself and Guru is Balaram?
Say that again?
Yeah.
Isn't it ultimately Krishna playing with himself, all these expansions, including us? And Guru is Balaram, so it is Krishna.
You say including us, Krishna, we are everything's expanded.
It's just God playing with himself because we're parts of him. Ultimately.
Yeah, ultimately, from a higher source, we are all expanded in order to facilitate Krishna's pleasure and different forms. Vibhinamansa expansions, which is the Jiva, then you have Vishnu expansions, then you have different Yuga avatar expansions, different Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and it's all, but all the other expansions, etc., they all have one thing in common, is that they're all servitant, all act as servitorship towards Krishna. And that's Balaram's great ecstasy as well. Serving Krishna. Mother Yasoda's serving Krishna. Everyone's serving.
So everyone's expansion of Balaram, so he is the Guru, the ultimate one.
Yeah, he is the representative of Guru Tattva. Yeah, thank you for bringing that in. Cannot forget Balaram in this discussion. That's why it's good on Balaram Jayanti. That's our mood. That's our prayer to Lord Balaram. Yeah, he's representing Guru Tattva. Yeah, the first expansion. Who's then? Yeah, he's this servitor Godhead. Same as the Guru is the servitor of Krishna. So Balaram is the servitor of Godhead. And he's teaching that principle the way he's.
So, Prabhu, can we say that in that context, we Lord Balaram is assisting us and assisting the Lord to bring us all back to him.
Yeah, specifically, he's given us, Balaram has given us spiritual strength. Yeah, he's given us the enthusiasm, or he's giving us the ability to actually go back to Godhead. Yeah, he's given us spiritual strength, not material. Material strength is not needed. Yeah.
He's our caretaker.
Yeah, you could look at it like that. Yeah. So you can, yeah, when you're praying obeisances, offering prayers to Balaram, it could be prayers like that. Please, my dear Lord Balaram, you are servitor of Godhead. Please give me the ability and intelligence to be able to serve your representative, Maya Diksha Guru or Shiksha Guru. Prayers like that. I'm sure Balaram will smile greatly and pat you on the head. All right.
Well, never mind. I'll talk later.
No, anything else? We're churning nice nectar.
Thinking something. I was reading, like say 1 minute you're reading Krishna's leelas, with the gopis and this and this general fighting with the boys and that, and then you're reading Bhagavad Gita afterwards, and Krishna says, "I'm this." It's so like amazing. It's difficult to even take it like Krishna, little boy, and there is Krishna big, giving all these instructions. I am taste of water, I'm this, I'm that, it's really amazing.
Yeah, I mean it's a different mood. It's a different could we say different rasa.
Yes.
Yeah, Krishna is the Purushottama, the supreme person who's giving Bhagavad Gita, and then you're reading about Krishna wrestling. Yeah, ultimately, it should all nourish our particular main attraction for Krishna. Say if one is attracted to Krishna in Sakiras, or just attracted to Krishna's pastimes, hearing about, in the ultimate sense, hearing about his Aishvarya as being the Supreme Lord, just like the residents of Vrindavan, sometimes Krishna manifests godlike qualities. But because their relationship with him is very familial and very personal, it doesn't obstruct that personal relationship with Krishna, because there's so much lost in the ocean of his intimate ways and pastimes, that even if they hear about Krishna supposedly God, then it doesn't really affect that, because their relationship is so deep. So ultimately, if one really develops affection for Krishna in a specific way, when you hear about Krishna's Bhagavad Gita, and it doesn't interrupt that. It just, it just enhances how wonderful Krishna is. Yeah, so we read Krishna's pastimes, and you read Bhagavad Gita, and he's acting as Krishna, Arjuna's charioteer driver. But it all just reminds you of how wonderful Krishna is. Yeah.
Amazing, yeah. What he can do.
Yeah. Just looking forward. Next verse, if there's any about the spiritual master aspect.
We got 2 minutes, you can read it. Which one?
All right. He appeared splendid just as before. So this is his guru, okay? I met my divine spiritual master. He appeared splendid just as before, and when he saw me lying prostrate before him, he joyfully embraced me and offered his blessings. Thus my all-knowing master showed me his extreme mercy. Commentary. In all the time that Gopal Kumar had been away on the higher planets, his spiritual master had not changed. So remember, he originally met his spiritual master in Bhoma, Vrindavan. All right. So now he's come back from that journey and he meets him again. So it's easy for Gopal Kumar to accept that the spiritual master was both, all right, an incarnation of the Supreme Lord, Shakshat Tathridvena, and a Rasika expert in the unique mood of Raj Bhumi. Right? So the Guru ultimately is going to teach him the moods, which the rasa of Raj Bhumi. The spiritual master showed Gopal Kumar complete mercy by teaching him enough about devotional service to lead him through the entire process up to the stage of full realization. Okay, being omniscient, the spiritual master was competent to perform this service. All right. That's the whole discussion as well. There's a whole discussion amongst Prabhupada disciples of devotees, whether Prabhupada is omniscient or not, whether he knows everything. He doesn't. So generally, by the grace of Krishna, the Guru can know everything, but generally he does not. It's not the Guru is not omniscient, especially the non-liberated Guru. And even if he is a liberated Guru, it's not necessarily that he is omniscient. He knows everything. By the grace of Krishna, he can know things, but it's not a given that the Guru is omniscient. That's the whole subject we're opening up there. But here it says being omniscient. So don't forget, seems more he's an incarnation of the Supreme Lord. So Gopal Kumar's Guru is Krishna. Anyway, Hare Krishna. Let's take it up next week. A wonderful discussion. I think we're going to be hearing about more Guru Tattva, because now he's with his Guru and he's going to be hearing specific instructions.
I was thinking just quickly, like how he sent him to go all over the place and came back to the same point, Bhoma Vrindavan.
Well, came back to hear Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yeah.
Because all the mellows of rasa are there in Bhagavatam.
Yeah.
So, in one sense, Gopal Kumar, it was part of the epic. He could have learned that in Bhoma Vrindavan. But he went. But this is also, this is what's wonderful about Sanatana Goswami's this Brhat Bhagavatamrta, because it shows us the highest realm is actually Vrindavan, is actually Radha Krishna Leela. That's the highest realm which embraces the most profound and sweet rasa. That's Vrindavan. Cannot be found anywhere else. And that's what Gaurangas come to give us. So amazing.
On that point, I'm just thinking that some of the devotees who are like advanced devotees could be in that situation that they've gone all over the place and then reborn, like demigods are born here to go back home, because how they advance so quickly, how they are at a special, different point.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah. Actually, my spiritual master said the other day, he just said in doing his evening reading, he was commenting about those devotees like Tamal Krishna Maharaj, and those who had personal association with such a Nitya Siddha soul like Prabhupada, that they were special souls. Definitely from a previous life to get that intimate association with Prabhupada. So yeah, we can say that. I think based on, that devotees may have been, and we have, apparently. We've been up in the heavenly planets, we've been down in the hellish worlds.
Yes.
We've been everywhere.
Picking up. Yes.
And now we're in the same with Gopal Kumar. We're on Bhoma, and we've got Bhagavatam.
Yeah.
And it's by hearing Bhagavatam and chanting the holy name that we're going to reach perfection. So that's why it's good. Nasta Preshu Bhatreshu. Daily we should hear Bhagavatam with eyes, upakana, with ears up, knowing that hearing process is going to imbue us with loving devotion to Krishna if we hear Bhagavatam. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Wonderful discussion today. All right. Thank you for joining us. And Monday, we'll definitely get back on track for Sankara Kamudi. Speaking
Okay, Monday is New Year's Day. Is everybody okay to just do? I mean, I'm okay.
Yes, please. That's the best.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay.
Excellent. The best way to start the year.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Babu.
Okay.
Okay.
Hari.
Prabhu, you
Praise
didn't
Manamala
say
Prabhu ki
anything about
jai.
Prabhu. You didn't say anything about going to Ekachakradam.
All right. It was very sublime. It's very wonderful. What can I say? Very sublime, very wonderful. I can send a picture to Chandravali and send it to you of the temple.
Yes, please. Yeah, temple
Okay.
is amazing. Yeah.
But
Thank you.
Amit, what did you quickly tell us more?
Yes.
Did
1
you?
second.
Yes.
You went.
Thank you, Mother.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mother.
Went to the place where Lord Nityananda appeared.